Sharon, really?
Yes,
Call this meeting to order on October 11th at 6:02 p.m. Ms. Councilwoman Fulbright, would you do us the honor of the invocation? Stand, please.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the wonderful blessings that you have truly bestowed upon all of us. We ask you to watch over us and give us guidance as we go through the people's business here tonight. For all those who are lonely and shut-ins, those who are sick, ill, the elderly, all those who are unfortunate in different situations, we ask you to please bless each and every one of them. And all these things we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Roll call, Ms. Britton.
Bill England.
Here.
Bill John Baker.
Here.
Jack Baker.
Here.
Harley Buzzard.
Here.
Juliet Hutt. Bradley Cobb. Joe Crittenden.
Here.
Jody Fishinghawk.
Here.
Meredith Fraley.
Here.
Janelle Fulbright.
Here.
Don Garvin.
Honey.
Chuck Hoskin Jr.
Here.
China Glory Jordan. Curtis Snell.
Here.
Chris Soap.
Here.
David Thornton.
Present.
Eric Helen Watts.
Oh, honey,
We do have a quorum.
we have a quorum.
Madam
Next.
Chair.
Yes, Mr. Buzzard.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda, which include item 10, a resolution authorizing Cherokee Nation Environmental Programs to submit a formal grant application to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency for an exchange network grant. I'd like to make that item number 10.
Okay.
Then I'd also make a motion to do a resolution on question 10 of 25 CFR Part 170, regulation for the IR program. I'd like to make that number 11, please.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion on amend the agenda to include these two items? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Agenda stands amended. Next order of business is State of the Nation, Principal Chief Chad Smith. Sorry, but it says Meredith Fraley on the agenda.
We know. Bill was right.
Save your money. Excuse me, Honorable Friendly.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to appear in front of you for the State of the Nation this October 2010. It has been our custom and honor is to recognize those who have passed this last month and to remember their families and their loved ones in our prayers as they understand the transition that they and their family and their loved ones are going through. Tonight we have several people to hold in remembrance. Lula Mae Green, the grandmother of Caitlin Mocha. Leoma Gord, the aunt of Lisa Turtle and Jeff Turtle. Are there others that the council knows of or our audience knows of that we should call out this evening?
Paul Buzzard, a relation of mine out of Bookshop on the pathway.
Yes, sir.
Chief, Norma Dameron of Veneta passed away.
I'm sorry?
Norma Dameron of Veneta.
Norma Dameron of Anita. So if you will, just hold a moment of silence on their behalf. Well, as part of our Veterans Appreciation this evening, we are honoring several Cherokee veterans. First, we recognize Eddie Morrison. Eddie was born in Claremore Indian Hospital and grew up in Tahlequah. He graduated from Tahlequah High School, Northeastern State University, and the Institute of American Indian Arts in Santa Fe, New Mexico. He enlisted in the United States Army Reserve in January of 1964 at the age of 17 and received his basic training and required active duty time at Fort Polk, Louisiana. He served 6 years and was discharged in January of 1970. Eddie lives in Tahlequah, says he is proud to be Cherokee. What Eddie didn't mention, but we will, is that he's an excellent sculptor and Cherokee artist. I'm going to ask him to come down in a moment because he'll also be accepting our Medal of Patriotism for our next veteran, Jerry Hammonds, who could not be here tonight. We believe he's had some knee surgery. Jerry was born in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, and raised in the community of Wolf Springs. He attended high school in Tahlequah and college at Northeastern State University. While in the military, he attended college at Grayson Junior College in the University of Maryland. Mr. Hammond served in the Air Force with the 352nd Tactical Fighters in Vietnam. Later, he attended Spartan School of Aeronautics. He worked 37 years as a facility manager at W.W. Hastings Hospital. He's been active in Cherokee community projects, the Illinois River Fire Department, Grandview Rural Water District, and Jerry is currently the owner and operator of the Illinois River Store. So, in behalf of Jerry Hammonds, of Mr. Morrison, could you come down and accept your medal also? Joe, if you'll help.
It gives us great pleasure and honor to present you the Cherokee National Medal of Patriotism. It is an award you have earned, it is not given. We thank you for your years of service and your patriotism, sir.
Say a word, please.
Thank you. No, I really don't know what to say, and I hate to give a speech because my former speech teacher is out there.
Did we get the pictures?
Would you care to say anything after your brother?
Well, I just want to thank you, Chief, and Joe, for calling and asking to honor my brother as well as my husband. Jerry is a very dedicated veteran, and he was proud and is proud to be a part of this United States and a part of our Cherokee County. Thank you very much.
What Faye didn't tell you was that her father served with the 101st Airborne in World War II.
So our family are veterans, and we do appreciate you. One thing that I have done for about 45 years is be a part of the Muskogee VA Hospital as a volunteer. I still continue to do that. My mother did it for many years, and I still am trying to follow in her footsteps. So the ladies VFW support me and give me money to take over there every month, and I just do appreciate all of the veterans. Thank you.
In late September, the Cherokee Nation contributed more than $305,000 to 127 northeastern Oklahoma fire departments at an awards banquet at the new Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Catoosa. This funding allows volunteer firefighters to continue to serve our communities and helps with equipment and other needs. It was a packed house with more than 400 attendees. It was an honor not to only provide these deserving volunteers with funds, but to honor them individually for their sacrifices and contributions in their communities. And it was quite touching because for each of the districts of the Cherokee Nation, one firefighter was selected as the outstanding firefighter. And with each one who was given the award, the entire body stood instantaneously with a round of standing ovation, which really went to the sense of fraternity and community among volunteer firefighters. The Cherokee Nation recently partnered with the City of Tahlequah to provide signs declaring city parks smoke-free and tobacco-free zones. We contribute 28 signs for use in parks and other areas. This type of partnership contributes to fulfilling our initiative to educate our citizens about the dangers of smoking. As winter approaches, Cherokee Nation employees and other commuters may want to try the Cherokee Nation's transit system. The Cherokee Nation is partnering with Muskogee County Transit to add another route from Muskogee to Tahlequah. The routes now include Muskogee to Tahlequah, Stillwell to Tahlequah, Salina to Tahlequah, Salisaw to Tahlequah, and Pryor to Catoosa. The fares are only $1 one way, and Fridays are free. This project is one of many ways the Cherokee Nation is helping our citizens save money to get safely to and from work while reducing our carbon footprint on the environment. The Cherokee Nation is offering free flu shots in a drive-through clinic for children and adults this week. The shots are offered at W.W. Hastings Hospital, not McDonald's, but Hastings, from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Thursday through 7 a.m. through noon on Friday. The shots are available to all Native Americans this week, and on Thursday they're available to non-Native Americans. Providing these flu shots is a public service that we're happy to provide for our community. Our medical staff at Hastings gave more than 563 shots today. Native American seniors at the Claremore area are invited to attend a special open house and senior resource fair on Friday, October 15th from 10 to 2. The event will take place at the Cherokee Nation Will Rogers Senior Complex and will provide information about housing options for seniors. The Cherokee Nation's History Talk series has become very popular. October's presentation is Legal and Historical Roots of Healthcare for American Indians and Alaska Natives. The presentation is set for October 22nd, Friday, at 10:30 to noon here in the Cherokee Nation's OCO room. Melissa Gower is the presenter. The deadline to apply for the 2011 Cherokee Nation Youth Leadership Council is October 10th, and you can contact Todd Enlow. I want to invite everyone to the second annual Northeastern Oklahoma Regional Summit on October 26th through 27th in Tahlequah on the NSU campus. And also, I want to invite everyone to join the Cherokee Challenge to get fit by exercising. Part of the challenge is to join me this coming October 30th in Tulsa. It's a 15K, and I think Kara is with me, and I'm not too sure who else in the council is going to join the 15K, the 5K, or the 1 mile fun run. Have another great fun event on October 16th at the Hard Rock Tower. There's a fundraising for Special Olympics, and this fundraiser is to rappel down off the 19th floor of the Hard Rock Tower. And so on the Saturday, October 16th, I'll have the privilege at 9:15 to rappel from the 19th floor. And so, David, you're not taking a lottery on the results, are you? Many of our citizens and our marshals and group leaders will be joining for both events and invite people to participate. The last thing I'd like to announce tonight is
Yes.
Yes.
Just a moment. We have a council member going to challenge too. He's going to rappel off the 19th floor.
We can do that.
Mr. Snell.
Not repel.
All right. Being an old iron worker, and Jerry knows this too, the old adage is it's not the fall that bothers you, it's that sudden stop at the end. So if you'd like to, we'll hook you up and we'll do that together. Curtis and I put the top beam in at the Hard Rock, the topping out ceremony, so we can see if we can fall off together. On November 1st in Durant, Oklahoma, we'll host the first Drum Award in conjunction with the Chickasaws and Choctaws. And what we found in the last few years, there's not a national event to recognize outstanding leadership throughout Indian country. And so the four tribes have gotten together, the Seminoles, the Creeks, the Choctaws, and ourselves, as an inaugural event to recognize national outstanding leaders in different areas: medical, educational, sports, lifetime achievement. And this year, Wilma Mankiller will be the Lifetime Achievement Award. Ron Allen, later with the NCAI for many decades. John Echohawk from NARF. LaDonna Harris. John Harrington. Billy Franks, Jr., who's a great advocate for fishing rights in the Northwest. The Choctaw Code Talkers, the Choctaw Scholarship Advisement Program, and Wes Studi will be honored in this inaugural program. And the whole idea is not only give these awards, but to capture on video in the presentation their story and their advice back to Indian country, how they contribute back. And so those videos will be produced and be made available to our Indian youth in Indian country to show there are leadership role models throughout the country. So that ends my State of the Nation, Madam Chairman, and I used much less than the allocated time you usually complain about.
I apologize, I skipped over approval of the September 13th regular session minutes as written. I'd entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
I'll second.
Moved in second. Any discussion on the September 13th regular session minutes? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Action of unfinished business, there being none, we'll move on to committee reports. The first report is David Sutherland from the Housing Authority. Good evening, Mr. David.
Excuse me. Good to be here this evening. We're in the process of rescheduling our board meeting for the Housing Authority. I received word this afternoon that one of the commissioners wasn't going to be able to make it. We're looking at the 15th, maybe this Friday. I should know for sure in the morning, so I'll let you all know as soon as I know. I visited with Ameren officials last month about setting up some additional policy limits on our community shield policy. They were very agreeable and promised me some premium numbers the 1st of October. I spoke to them again last week, and they once again promised me some premium numbers. I'll be in Atlanta next week attending their annual convention, and if I don't have numbers by then, I'm going to visit with the CEO and get some numbers. So I should have something real soon on that. We continue to have around 2,300 families on the program. But as soon as I get something in place on these new policy limits, I'll make sure everybody gets that information so we'll know what that is. Is that just me? I've been a little under the weather, and I was thinking my ears was ringing this. Our occupancy in our low-rent rental units continue to climb toward the mid-90 level. This is the highest occupancy we've had in many years, and I always try to find the positive in everything, so I suppose that that's due to the downturn in the economy. So that's the one positive we can take out of the downturn is our rental units are higher occupied than they have been in a long time. That's my report for the evening. If anyone has any questions, I'll sure try to answer.
Any questions for Mr. Sutherland? Thank you very
Thank
much. Cherokee Nation business, Mr. Slayton here for Mr. Stewart. Good evening, Sean.
Good evening, Council. My report for this month's going to be really short and brief. July and August were good months for us. We have said before we feel like we've seen the bottom in the downturn, and we feel like 2010 will be flat or maybe a slight improvement over what 2009 is, and we're all happy to see that. In addition to our normal contribution to the nation, we contributed over $200,000 in tax revenue. Our employees do a lot of other things other than just work, and Chief Smith mentioned one event that's coming up this Saturday, and just to elaborate on that a little bit, for Special Olympics, it's for companies all across the area that contribute, have teams that contribute $1,200, and then each one of those teams has the opportunity to go up and rappel down the building there at Hard Rock. And CNB and CNE employees have 16 teams that met that goal. So hats off to them for that. Our employees also raised $47,000 for the American Diabetes Association. And that's something that we've done for several years. A lot of hard work. Several people have taken that on as a challenge. And it just seems like each year they continue to do better and better with that fundraiser. This past weekend, as you know, we had our Cherokee Art Market there. It was the 5th year for that. I'm told that the sales were good for our artists, and we had over 2,000 people attend from the area. So that, again, is another function that just keeps getting bigger and bigger as we go. We also opened our event center there the past 2 or 3 weeks. Had 3 great events. Very proud of the facility. A lot of good feedback from everybody that's attended, and it was a lot of hard work getting there. And then our employees are keeping it going by delivering a great product to the public there. Our employment for CNB employees is 3,850. And that concludes my report, unless there are some questions.
Questions for Mr. Clayton? Yes, Ms. Calhoun.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just realized, and I apologize, I would have forewarned you, but I don't think we've ever gotten the answers we needed on the Boxing and Mixed Martial Arts Act that's coming up. So if you weren't provided that, I wanted to give you a heads up because it's number 6 on new business.
I think that most of those questions have been answered, and but I'll stick around in case there are some.
Because I don't recall that.
That I don't know.
Very good.
All right. And when we get to that item, our council.
Oh, okay. Very good. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank
Go
you,
home,
Sean.
Okay.
I'll stick around just in case.
And next order of business is, we have one item under old business. This legislation authorizes the receipt of real property by the Cherokee Nation. Ms. Count Watts?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And before I kind of give the intent of the act and make the motion, I just want to thank you, Madam Speaker, for your assistance on this, because I obviously don't have a legal background, and you were very helpful today and in the past. But it has been amended. So if you will see, there should be a hard copy in front of you that our Secretary, Ms. Shelley Britton, passed out. To my knowledge, Chief Smith concurs, as well as his department heads, including the Treasurer, Callie Ketcher, who is authorized by the Constitution of the Cherokee Nation to accept such gifts. So we clarified that this has to do with real or personal property, meaning land, and not a cash donation, and that it should be reported to the tribal council prior to acceptance or rejection of the actual personal property donation. And I'll put that in a form of motion.
I will second.
Moved in second. Discussion? Any discussion?
I
Yes.
did have just one comment. The caption of the act sounds like we're only talking about real property, but I think I saw down in the body it was real or personal property. I guess I would direct this question to Councilor Watts. Do you want to put up in the caption part that it's regarding the receipt of real property and personal property?
That would be great. Thank you for the catch. I'll accept that as a friendly amendment if my second will accept it as a friendly amendment.
Any other questions or comments? You want this by acclamation?
Yes, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. See, that's been 3 months. Under new business, coming out of Education and Culture Committee, we have a resolution authorizing career services to develop and submit a grant application to DHHS. Ms. Coates?
Yes. Madam Speaker, this is, as you said, a grant application to DHHS Administration for Children and Families for a health profession opportunity to grant to serve TANF recipients and other low-income individuals. It is specifically to conduct demonstration projects that provide eligible individuals with the opportunity to obtain education and training in the occupations in the healthcare field that pay well and are expected to either experience labor shortages or be in high demand. The funding amount is $3 million a year. There is no match required, and I would move for its approval.
Second. Second. Discussion? Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Carries. Okay, and approved in Resource Committee is a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation to lease trust land to Talcott Hospital Foundation. Councilwoman Fulbright.
Thank you. This is a resolution authorizing Cherokee Nation to lease trust land to Talcott Hospital Foundation, and this involves 2 acres of land behind the Redbird Smith Annex for the purpose of putting in a dialysis center there. It's a 25-year lease, and I recommend it be approved, and I think Councilor Thornton wants to be added as a sponsor.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I'd like to be added.
Okay, Mr. Thornton wants to be added. Anyone else? Do we have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, approved in Rules Committee, we have a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation to become a member of the NCAI and appoint delegate and alternates. For those in the audience, the NCAI is a Native American Indigenous rights organization that focuses on Indian issues such as housing, health care, and other important issues. And member of the NCAI cast votes on these critical issues according to the size of the tribe. And the Cherokee Nation now has 299,668 citizens. Therefore, we qualify for 180 votes. The membership fee is $25,000, and the delegate and alternate delegates are listed on the resolution. And I'd entertain a motion.
Also move.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 4 is a resolution requesting the donation of equipment to the Claremore Veterans Center in Claremore. Ms. Cal Watts.
Madam Speaker, thank you. This is kind of a continuance, but the Constitution requires that each and every item donated from the tribe be approved by the council and signed off on by the chief. This is excess property that will help complete the donation we've already given the Veterans Center at Claremore for a computer internet lab for the veterans, and it's a very exciting project. I'm glad that we're able to help complete it. I move for approval.
Second.
Moved in second. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, item 5 is an amendment to the Revenue and Tax Code, and in front of you, you have a corrected copy that corrects Section 35B from $50 to $100. And Mr. Anglin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And this is just to add Section 35, and it's a flat fee for each special event at our different venues in lieu of a tribal sales tax. So I'd move for its approval, and it is an act now.
By acclamation. Second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, item 6 is a resolution authorizing a boxing martial arts compact with the state of Oklahoma. We had some discussion on this in committee, and there was some concern about a waiver of sovereignty. But before we go into that, in addition to gaming, Cherokee Nation Enterprises is proposing holding sporting events such as boxing and martial arts at its facilities. The officials there have evaluated several different options and consider an agreement with the state of Oklahoma as the most advantageous. One of the reasons being that they have experienced regulators with the state. And our officials want to ensure proper sanctioning and regulations of these types of events, both for the credibility of the event and the safety of the athletes. Before us is a resolution, and attached is a compact, and it's for 1 year and consecutive terms of 1 year unless either party gives a 30-day notice. Events are regulated by the state under the Professional Boxing Safety Act, the State Athletic Commission Act, and its rules. There's a dispute. The disputes are subject to binding arbitration, subject only to the district court within that jurisdiction. Council, Mr. Hembry, did you want to add a little bit to that? I know you've been in discussion with the lawyers on this.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Yes, I've been in great contact with Mr. Huffman, the attorney for Cherokee Nation Businesses. He has provided me with the releases and the agreement for use of for facilities that all promoters would need to sign, and that brings upon responsibilities to have adequate insurance, safety measures, and as you stated earlier, the compact calls for using the State of Oklahoma Boxing Commission, which has a long history and would make sense for us to compact with them as opposed to reinventing the wheel, so to speak. The releases and the agreements that I have reviewed have satisfied any concerns that I would have about potential liability as to the Cherokee Nation, and I believe that our resources are adequately covered.
Entertain a motion.
Madam Speaker, I make a motion that it be approved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Now discussion. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Oh, Mr. Garvin, did you have a question?
Well, I'm not going to support this because I just don't think it's going to help the image of the Cherokee Nation. I know you probably make a lot of money, but we're watching two people beat up on each other or two ladies boxing or anything like that. I just can't get the feel of it, so I'll be voting no against it.
Roll call.
Roll call, please. Yes, as you support the resolution and the compact.
Tina Glory Jordan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Curtis Snell,
Yes.
David Thornton,
Yes.
Kara Cowan Watt,
Yes.
Bill England,
Yes.
Bill John Baker,
Yes.
Jack Baker,
Yes.
Harley Buzzard,
Yes.
Juliana Coates,
Yes.
Bradley Cobb,
Yes.
Joe Crittenden,
Yes.
Jody Fishinghawk,
Yes.
Meredith Fraley,
Yes.
Janelle Fulbright,
No.
Tom Garvin,
No.
Chuck Hoskin Jr.
Yes.
We have 15 yes and 2 no.
Motion carries. Okay, item 7, this legislation signs seat designations and sets effective date under the new 5-district legislation. Mr. Garvin.
Yes, the purpose of this act is to designate seats for the 5 tribal council districts. Beginning of the tribal council election in 2011. District 1, seat 1, 6-year term with the incumbent being councilperson Bill John Baker. Seat 2 is a 4-year term with the incumbent being councilperson Tina Glory Jordan. Seat 3 is a 4-year term unoccupied. In District 2, Seat 1, 6-year term with the incumbent being councilperson Joe Crittenden. Seat 2, a 6-year term with the incumbent being councilperson Curtis Snell. Seat 3, a 4-year term with the incumbents being Jody Fishinghawk and Harley Buzzard. District 3, Seat 1, a 6-year term with the incumbent being councilperson Don Garvin. Seat 2, a 4-year term with the incumbent being councilperson Janelle Fulbright. Seat 3, a 6-year term with the incumbent being councilperson David Thornton. In District 4, Seat 1, a 6-year term with the incumbent being councilperson Meredith Fraley. Seat 2, a 4-year term with the incumbent being councilperson Louis Soap. Seat 3, a 6-year term with the incumbent being councilperson Chuck Hoskin Jr. District 5, Seat 1, a 6-year term with the incumbent being councilperson Bill England. Seat 2, a 4-year term with the incumbent being councilperson Kara Cowan Watts. Seat 3, a 4-year term with the incumbent being councilperson Bradley Cobb. To enact the provisions of this legislation for 4-year term seats shall be in 2011, and 6-year terms will be in 2013. I move the approval by acclamation.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Yes, Ms. Callan Watts.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just for the record, logistically, I'm going to vote for this because we're still out on what's actually going to happen, but we have to move different. I feel like there's parallel paths maybe moving forward because I have challenges in the Supreme Court. That doesn't mean the affirmative vote and yes actually supports what we've got on the table. It's just if this is what happens as an outcome, then when the legislation would already be in place. Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Mr.
Roll call.
We have a request for a roll call.
Bradley Cobb,
Yes.
Joe Crittenden,
No.
Jody Fishinghawk,
Yes.
Meredith Riley,
Yes.
Janelle Fulbright,
Yes.
Don Garvin,
Yes.
Chuck Hoskin Jr.,
Yes.
Anna Glory Jordan,
Yes.
Chris So,
Yes.
Curtis Snell,
Yes.
David Thornton,
Yes.
Sarah Helen Watts,
Yes.
Bill England,
No.
Bill John Baker,
Yes.
Jack Baker,
No.
Harley Buzzard,
No.
Julia Coates.
Yes.
We have 13 yes and 4 no.
13 yes, 4 no. Motion carries. Okay, item 8 is a resolution requesting approval for the precinct location for the 2011 Cherokee Nation election. Ms. Callan Watts?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Tribal Council has requested an additional precinct locations in order to hopefully increase voter turnout in the Cherokee Nation elections. And I understand that my fellow councilwoman Janelle Fulbright would like to be added as a sponsor at this time. So I'll move for approval. Would you like a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Discussion? Yes, Mr. Hoskin?
Madam Speaker, would the councilwoman from Rogers County entertain a friendly amendment to add Welch as an additional precinct in District 4? Welch historically had been a precinct. It was not in the last election, but my assessment is that the area would benefit from restoring that precinct.
Yes. Who are you counting? My co-sponsor or Dawn?
Okay.
Dawn or Councilman Garvin?
Yes.
We've added Welch as another precinct location. Okay, any other questions, comments, discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Did you get those? You want a roll call?
Harley Buzzard,
Yes.
Julia Coates,
Yes.
Bradley Cobb,
No.
Joe Crittenden,
Yes.
Jody Fishinghawk,
Yes.
Meredith Riley,
No.
Janelle Fulbright,
Yes.
Don Garvin,
Yes.
Chuck Hoskin Jr.,
Yes.
Anna Glory Jordan,
Yes.
Chris So,
Yes.
Curtis Snell,
Yes.
David Thornton,
Yes.
Sarah Helen Watts,
Yes.
Bill England,
No.
Bill John Baker,
Yes.
Jack Baker.
Yes.
We have 14 yes and 3 no.
14 yes, 3 no. Motion carried. Okay, item 9, this is an authorization submitting a grant application to HUD for covering a block grant application for a cultural arts center. Mr. Buzzard?
Yes, this application is an Indian Community Development Block Grant application for the Cherokee Culture Arts Center and a food distribution site in Collinsville. And Madam Chair, this was presented in committee as a $200,000 match grant application, but I think we all got notification that had to change, and the match grant would be $266,667. And I move for its approval.
Second.
Moved in second. Discussion? Yes, Ms. Calhoun?
Madam Speaker, via email, I think that Councilman England and myself had asked to be added as sponsors as well, if that was okay with
Yes, I would accept
Councilman
that.
Buzzard.
Okay, Shelley. Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, the two new items that were added. Item 10 is a resolution authorizing the environmental programs to submit a grant application for an exchange network grant. Ms. Brown Watts.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The urgency of the grant, the timing of the grant required us to approve it today in committee and go straight to council. But it's for an EPA grant to fund the equipment needed to upload or download our water quality data to the EPA Store It database, which is critical to the exercise of our sovereignty with respect to our water quality standards and water rights. And I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second, discussion. Discussion. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 11 is a resolution on question 10. Mr. Buzzard.
Yes, this was discussed in our resources meeting today. Question 10 deals with the funding for the IRR program for the Cherokee Nation. And what this resolution is saying is that we strongly oppose any changes or modifications to this CFR. And I ask for disapproval of this resolution.
Second. Moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next order of business is announcements. Do we have any announcements? Mr. Baker?
Yes, Tina and I are having a hog fry and Cherokee community meeting tomorrow evening. The doors will open around 5 o'clock with music and gospel singing, and we're going to eat it at 6. And everybody is welcome.
What's the location?
At the Tahlequah Community Building, just off College Street, in about the 400 block.
Gordon?
You stole my thunder.
Oh, he did?
Well, you can add to it. She's having desserts, and she's having...
Oh, yeah, we're having all kinds of homemade desserts and good fried hog and music, and Miss Cherokee's going to be there, and several departments, and we're very excited.
Good.
Hope everybody can turn out.
Mr. Anglin?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Councilman Cobb and I will be hosting our annual Cherokee Community on October the 30th in Collinsville at the new Cherokee Community Building there. And we'll feed, it'll be a hog fry, we'll feed at noon. And the Cherokee departments will also be there setting up booths at about 10 o'clock. We'd like to invite everybody out.
What's the address?
It's on 12th Street off of Broadway, and you just go about a mile to half a mile, 3/4 mile to a dead end. There's a big old oak tree there. Just take a ride.
Whatever. Yes, Ms. Fulbright?
Yes, Councilor Thornton and I are going to have our community meeting on November the 30th. It's on a Tuesday night at the Blue Ribbon Downs Banquet Hall at Salisaw, and it starts at 5:30. And we're having a chili supper and luscious cake. Everyone's invited.
Any other announcements? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed,